Hello everybody and welcome to the middle of June. Yep, middle of June. It's not even summer yet. It feels like it's been summer for a long time. We've had a couple of different hot spells already. But hey, don't worry. Winter will be here before you know it. No, don't say that. Okay. What we will say then is Psalm 107. Yeah, that's the psalm that's assigned by the lectionary for us this coming Sunday. It's a neat psalm. It's used several times throughout the 3-year lectionary course. And it's one that's fitting for all of us. All of us. And what do we mean by that? Well, okay, it's the psalm that starts the new section of the Psalter. There's 5 different books of the Psalter, and this is book number 5 that begins. And it's interesting because it picks up where book 4 ends in Psalm 106. And here's how it ends in 106. Save us, O Lord our God, and gather us from among the nations. And then what does 107 start with? Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, those who he redeemed from trouble and gathered in from the lands, from the east and from the west, from the north and from the south. So, okay, it just kind of picks up where it left off. Now, this goes through 4 different troubling times that people might experience. Some wandering in the desert waste, lost. Hey, you're going to die out there in a hot desert. Some are sitting in gloom, meaning they're sitting in a prison, in misery. Some are sick, and because of that, they're finding themselves really destitute. And some go down in shipwrecks. All right, so maybe none of those 4 things ever have to apply to you, but at some point in your life, you go through some miserable time, and you cry out to the Lord in distress. God answers you, and you respond with thanksgiving. Now, each of those 4 different times, this is the result. They cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. Each time you hear that, see that same refrain. So it's almost, you can imagine the people in the temple listening to a priest chanting the nature of the distress. Then all at once, all of you all together shout out. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them from their distress. So it doesn't really matter what you go through. You have trying times in your life, and God will answer. He will answer. That's what this psalm is all about. Now, in particular, this coming Sunday, we look at the 4th distress. Some going down to the sea in ships, doing business on the mighty waters. And what happens? They get caught up in a storm, and down they go. But the beauty of it is, they were glad because they had quiet. What? They had quiet? Yes, because God stopped the storm. What do we have going on in our gospel lesson for this Sunday? Jesus asleep in the boat with his disciples. A storm comes. He's sleeping. They're crying out in distress, and he calms the sea. He calms the sea. What do we have going on in our Old Testament lesson? Oh, it's a passage from Job in which it describes God as the one who, in those waters of chaos in the beginning, says, you don't come any further, waters. Stop right there. Meaning, that's as far as you go. Now it's time for the land to form, and for the plants to grow, and the birds, and the animals, and people to inhabit the land. All right. So, you see what's going on in this psalm? It covers a lot of territory for you, for me, for all people of all times and all places. We all have our troubles, but we also have a mighty God who is there to be with us and to restore us, renew us, refresh us. You put the word in there that you like it. And it's an appropriate psalm to be sung, to be read at any time of the year. And I would encourage you to read the entire psalm. Although in church Sunday, we're just going to be reading the beginning and then the part that refers to the shipwrecks, because Jesus is about to save his disciples. God's blessings be with you, and enjoy this nice, warm, summery day.